How can you tell when you're ready to date again after narcissistic abuse? If you've been in a romantic relationship with a narcissist, you could be feeling a little bit upset about a lot of things, and you might not be ready yet. But how will you know when you are? Well, that's what Richard Grannon and I are talking about in today's video. So let's get started. My name is Angela Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and we'll just get going. So how do you know when you're ready to move on and start dating people after narcissistic abuse? Well, we're going to start right here. I'm going to share with you exactly what Richard Grannon thinks is the key. Take a look.
Real movement where you can actually date again. What I have found is a lot of people who have CPTSD, who've experienced childhood trauma and have been in narcissistic abusive relationships, if they don't get back with the original narcissistic abuser, if they don't do the work, they'll walk right out and find another one.
Yep.
With a variation. So they'll flip, they'll go, oh, my last boyfriend, he was a covert cerebral narcissist. So I got with this guy who seemed really confident. He was overt and he was into sports and stuff. And then, so we'll flip. We try different. I've done the same thing. I tried different flavors of abusiveness. But, when you're not dealing with the core wounds, you're going to be stuck. How do you know when you're ready for another relationship? I would say watch how you are on the approach. So as you meet this person that you think you might want to get into another relationship with, and as you start to get closer to them, notice what it's doing to you. If you're inflamed with emotional flashbacks and neurotic twists of perception just by becoming closer and closer to that other person, then no, you're not ready. Yeah. For example, myself, I am single. I've been single for a while, and I would assess in my own self, no, I'm just not ready. My own emotional literacy and self-communication is high, so I can just look internally and go, yeah, no, I don't feel like that's going to be a good thing for me. So what people have to be honest with is if they're neurotically seeking to get with somebody to end their isolation and to end the pain of loneliness, then they're vulnerable to another abusive relationship.
And I think, and tell me what you think, I think it's okay to be single if you choose to remain single for an extended
No, I think it's disgusting and it's a crime before God.
All right then.
You've got to be comfy with it.
Yeah, a lot of people really struggle with it. They tell me that they feel like, I'm feeling really good about being single, but I feel guilty because I think I should be in a relationship, and I'm like, that's just.
Well, that's codependency taken to another level.
Ding ding, exactly. Yeah.
Feeling guilty for feeling okay.
Right? Exactly. That's exactly what that is. Yeah.
All right. Now, here's where I think. This is what I think, very similar to what Richard thinks, but take a look.
How do you know that you're ready to date again after abuse? Well, first you need to feel healed enough to not compare the people you're dating to the narcissist, at least not to the good parts of the narcissist. I mean, it's so easy to focus on what you loved about the narcissist after spending time apart. So often when survivors meet a normal person, they feel like their relationship just isn't quite as exciting or interesting as it was with the narcissist, and that's because a normal person doesn't always do the extreme highs and lows that a narcissist does, and because our dopamine receptors are sort of broken when we've been abused. So you need to feel strong enough to recognize that and make up for it with intentional thought management. You need to have taken the time to grieve the relationship appropriately, and in most cases, that'll take 3 months to a year, depending on the person, of course, the situation that you're involved with. You also need to love yourself enough to recognize and set boundaries that are comfortable and well enforced for yourself. For me, that involves a few deal breakers, as in things I just absolutely don't tolerate and would leave the relationship for if those things happened. In my case, that means cheating, physical or verbal abuse, and anything that would hurt my kids. Outside of that, I figure we can talk about it and try to work through it. If those things happen, though, there are no questions asked. I'm out of there. Next, you need to feel ready to meet someone new, but not desperate to do so. This way you can, and you absolutely should, take any relationship slowly enough to get to know the person and discover any potential red flags, before you get too enmeshed in the situation, before you know it. You know what I'm saying? Be aware that love at first sight is nearly impossible. Be sure you're not feeling overly pessimistic, cynical, insecure, defeated, anxious, angry, martyred, or still exploited, because that's going to cause a lot of relationship issues for you as you move forward in your life. You definitely want to be healed enough that you don't inadvertently try to make your next relationship sort of make up for all the pain you experienced from the last one. If you try to date too soon, you might find yourself being hypervigilant, ready to catch any hint that the discard is coming, and you'll end up punishing someone who didn't do those things to you in the first place. It's not their fault. This would sabotage any potentially successful couple from the start. There are more videos on this topic for you in the cards and in the description below if you're interested, so be sure to check those out.
All right, this brings me to the question of the day. And the question of the day is, how did you know you were ready to date? Are you dating yet? Have you been through narcissistic abuse and you're thinking about this? What questions do you have about dating after abuse? Share your thoughts, share your ideas, share your questions in the comment section below, and let's talk about it. And by the way, if you need me to make additional videos on this, go ahead and leave those requests below and I'll make sure to add them to my list. Okay, that's all I've got for you right now. As always, thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon.
It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.